And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I am your DM. These are my adventurers. When last we left, the Children of Neverwinter had returned from their hiatus, and richer and wiser and a little battered. They had gathered at the Temple of Helm to answer a call for a holy artifact to be transported to Baldur's Gate. They've been then informed that a different adventuring party had taken it, and that there was a different quest that they were being offered. You were offered the chance to seek the Crypt Keeper of Caraval, who the temple acolytes believe is being held by House Panzarin. You were told to seek out Airaon, the spymaster, a reclusive intelligence expert reputed to have been or still be on Panzarin's payroll, and thus would be theoretically capable of informing you where they might have stashed the Crypt Keeper. You were told to seek his contacts at the Somberlas Dream Hall. It is described as a chamber of meditation and visions that you are now seeking.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Go see.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. With advantage if one wants to help the other.
Oh.
Alright. Who's got the higher investigation? Probably you.
I have about 10
Alright.
plus 10.
Alright, so you want to take advantage on that?
Here you go.
Oh, you're doing it together. Okay.
When you said someone helping someone else.
Yes, if you help him as a thing, he gets advantage. If you roll separately, you each try to beat the DC.
Oh, sorry. I thought the rolling was the help.
It's on its side. 17 plus 10 is 27.
Okay.
And 2.
Okay.
27.
So, without issue, you've passed it probably in your travels around. It's an elevated hall, about 30 or 40 feet up, and it's reached by a winding staircase. As you enter, as you approach the entrance, your way is blocked by a pair of scruffy-looking guards who ask you for the password. They kind of put two short swords across your path and go, "Halt! What's your business here?"
We have been advised that we might possibly find one spymaster Airaon here, and we are adventurers who are seeking a chance to talk with him.
Make a persuasion check. For a total of...
It's 21.
21? Okay. They kind of look at each other and pull their swords away and go, "Enter." You're in. As you walk in, it's a kind of a dim, slightly smoky hallway with side chambers leading off it. I have a map of it somewhere.
We're now 30 feet up, or we're going to be going 30 feet up? Okay.
Nope, 30 feet straight up in the air. If I can find my darn notes. That's not the notes. Where'd my map go? Over here? Here it is. And here we are. So...
And also, because they have no clue, no persuasion level -1.
You see a narrow hallway leading to a sharp left turn. You see here and across.
Yes. Okay.
As you go further in, you can see, as you turn the corner, you see a chamber to your right here.
Mm-hmm.
And the hallway continues with a left turn intersecting. Where would you like to go?
Well, we're kind of, we've been allowed entrance, but I don't, perhaps we should knock on a door
Yeah.
rather than
So
just open
the
it.
door to your right opens, and it's clearly a cloakroom-esque
Okay.
place where you check your weapons and
Unknown caller.
telemarketers. Check your weapons and armor there. So you check your gear
Yeah.
here, armor, weapons,
Yes.
etc.
Yeah.
Then you can proceed into the central chamber, which is kind of like a gathering point, like a reception hall almost.
Makes sense.
You can see 2 doors straight ahead of you, and 4 doors to your left. A kind of short, wide gnome approaches you, short for a gnome.
Wow.
And is like, "Welcome to the Somberlas Dream Hall. Meditation and visions await. I presume you are here to elevate your minds as well as your bodies."
In a manner of speaking, yes, we're
2 silver pieces
Oh,
per
sorry.
dose of the Shazar Karaf. Another 5 for a room. Will you be together or separate?
We are actually seeking to stay together and
Right.
looking to find we've been advised that we might find the spymaster Airaon here. Hoping that our intelligence was accurate. Spoke to your guards downstairs and the guards downstairs, and they allowed us entrance, based on the fact that that is what our business is here today.
Airaon is not here, but one of his contacts may be.
I see.
I will look. Right here.
Thank you.
In the meantime, if you wish to partake of the Shazar Karaf, as I said, it is 2 silver pieces per dose. I can get you a group rate of 4 silver pieces for a room.
That would be very kind of you.
Very well. Kind of holds out his hands. 2 silver pieces each.
Just like we each, plus then we split the 4 amongst us, so to speak.
We use silver a lot, huh? 2?
Yes.
Gotta buy some more.
And then, a second. Who's got it? 1 second. Close. And then Victor's going to pay for the room with an electrum use.
And what is this, I'm gonna guess, drug?
You are given a series of long pipes and a long length of slow match, and directed to the room. The attendant shows you how to put the kind of almost like, looks a bit like chunks of gum almost, like pine gum almost.
Mm-hmm.
In the pipe, there's like a wide flared bowl, and then the room. He takes you, and one of the other attendants, they have a padded half elf. Takes you to the room behind you that you hadn't really noticed. It's a sharp turn to your right. It's one of the bigger rooms. And directs you to a series of low couches and divans kind of things. My notes on shows that cut off here. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So, as you're waiting, do you smoke it?
I'm not going to.
I guess there's. Is this establishment run by the uprising?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold because I don't have good. I mean, I know what to do with my liquor. I don't necessarily know what to do with anything else. I've never had a whole lot of experience with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, maybe
Finn's
somebody else.
already puffing on
This does not surprise me
He's
in
been
the
here
least.
before.
Of course, of course. Will mine be consumed by the whatever has lit it, and so therefore it
Nope,
would appear.
it's not been lit yet.
Oh, well, definitely. Oh, does Finn want mine?
He's like, I've done 2 or 3 before. I don't like myself afterwards.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm just going to light it and just leave it.
And this is something that's supposed to induce dreams?
There's one way to find out.
No, they've called the dream,
Somberlas dream hole.
yeah.
Visions and meditations await.
Meditations, yeah. I mean, that's just me. I'm not going to. But
So that means one of our companions, what about Victor and Elizabeth?
They're kind of looking at it.
They're doing what I'm doing.
Trying to decide if they want to be the designated driver or not.
oh, I'm a designated driver, but I wouldn't mind more than one.
Yeah. Do you want them not to?
Well, we got to keep our wits about us here if we're going to be conversing, and definitely Elizabeth of the Silver Tongue is slightly, significantly more persuasive than I am. If she feels that the material would improve her persuasion or her nobility of speech, I'm fine with that. But I would really like to have as many of us
Make a persuasion check.
with our wits about us as possible. Am I making it to Elizabeth?
Yes.
9.
Plus anything?
Oh, persuaded. Plus 1. 10.
Okay. That just tips the balance. Elizabeth is not going to partake. She kind of sets it to the side and says, 2 silver pieces.
Sorry.
Down the silvers.
Yes, but not us.
Victor's like, she's not smoking, I'm not smoking. He seems much less concerned about the money than she does. Finnan is reclined. His eyes are like half-masked.
He's not asleep, I take
Not
it.
asleep. He's just like almost in like a trance state.
Sure, that makes sense.
Okay. Oof. About probably an hour goes by, and then the attendant comes back and is like, "You all right? There's a person here who does know of Airaon, and she will see you now. Come with me." Finnan is noticeably unsteady on his feet as he comes to his feet, and kind of is like kind of grabbing onto Victor's belt as he goes, just kind of trying to stay on an even keel. He's
Walk the
clearly,
straight line.
it's clearly affected his balance. And so they lead you to one of the smaller rooms in here,
Ah, okay.
where there's only about 2 or 3 people in there right now, and 2 of them are completely passed out, with the evidence of having smoked at least 2 or 3 of these. And one of them is the only conscious person in the room aside from you is a tall, slender woman. She's dressed comfortably. What I would say she's in the upper middle class, not super ostentatious and ornate, but a closer glance does reveal the finery of the cloth. It's a quiet cut, but a very nice cloth. And she's a little further along than Finnan. She's clearly had 1 or 2,
Wow.
more than she maybe should. but she's like conscious, but sort of lucid, but sort of not. I doubt either of you ever had any extended personal interaction with the intoxicated of the Devil's Lettuce, but it's not dissimilar to someone who looks like that.
I see.
Mary Jane.
I
So
can't say on camera.
what?
I can't say who on camera.
Oh, okay. I was just kind of assuming you hadn't, but okay.
No,
Fine.
lady.
So then, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. She looks like that, but not quite. It's like a cross between that and like almost an opiate influence.
That I haven't seen.
And there's 3 empty pizza boxes alongside of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the crossover is where it does. You don't get the munchies with this. It's just kind of like a little bit woo kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And she kind of raises a languid hand in greeting and goes, so you're the, and bear in mind, like, you guys, like, this is where she's looking at you guys right now. So you're the, adventurers who desire an audience with Airaon. Come sit. Let us share visions together. And Elizabeth's like, we'll pass for now, but thank you.
But we do desire an audience with Airaon.
Too many years. Walls, they speak to me. Not here. Not here. And Victor at this point is just like, forget this, and just kind of picks her up over his shoulder and starts carrying her out.
I figured that would probably come to that.
Elizabeth, by this point, has kind of hiked Finnan up under her arm
Oh my
and is
gosh.
following him. You guys can
Bring
follow
up the
or
rear.
stay.
We could have helped her.
As you proceed out, the door behind you to one of the passage opens here,
Okay.
revealing a pair of tough-looking men wielding clubs to advance on you, and they move. One of them moves to block the way to the entry hall, while the other one comes up behind you, and they're like, "Where do you think you're going?"
We are going to have an audience with Airaon. This kind woman has felt that this was not the appropriate location, so we are simply moving to a more acceptable location for her taste.
Second. The one right from behind you, you can hear the woman's voice going, "You're a bad man." The one in front of you is like, "Oh, you hear that? They think they're leaving. Nobody leaves here without paying the toll."
Huh.
Oh no, you're free to make anything you want to say at this point.
I don't talk when I'm in a minus
Well,
one.
and well, this young lady believes that we are leaving.
I'm flying.
See?
At this point, behind you, you hear a curious thud and a high-pitched groan, followed by a secondary thud. Do you turn around?
Yes.
So if you turn around, you see one of the thugs on his knees, with Victor kicking him in the head. Roll initiative.
So much for getting out of there.
15.
20.
Ooh, right.
All right.
I like it when you roll high enough to start, or it
Yeah,
has to
but-
be up near the top.
I just want to be ahead of our enemies,
Exactly.
That is a good thing to be.
Yes.
but I don't want to use anything that's super.
So, bearing in mind, you don't have your spellbook
Okay.
with you.
But
you
I can
don't
do
have-
cantrips or no?
You can do cantrips.
And by the way, I was going to mention this, but I'm feeble and I needed to keep my.
They were not impressed, and you failed to persuade them. You do not have your staff. You do not have your holy symbol.
No,
You have not. Well,
I would be wearing that.
you were wearing your holy symbol,
Yeah.
but other than that,
And we don't have our gauntlets either.
no gauntlets, no armor, no weapons. No. Well, they're not gonna take your boots off.
Okay.
So you have the speed, but that's all you got.
Well, I can
Boots.
jump high.
I
Right.
can't do any cantrips either,
Why?
Well, you can technically do cantrips.
but I can't do any spells.
Right.
Nothing first level or up. Let's see, what do we got? The victor is at. Oh god. 15. Wow, Finn is at 20. Elizabeth's at 19.
Wow, this is good roll.
Oh, thump.
Hmm?
Hmm? What?
Oh, thump?
Oh, thump.
Are they 27 or something horrible like that?
I don't think we can get to 27. Let's see. Go. Okay. First up, we have Finnan, who is kind of not really hip to the fact that we're fighting yet. So he's
Because
still
he's
kind
so
of
hip.
tucked under Elizabeth's arm, just kind of looking around like, where are we going? What are we doing? Why did that band get shorter?
Have you seen any or read any Harry Potter? Okay, then this one. Okay.
Which one's that?
Excellent. Carry on then.
Ron, you're up. One of the thugs is on his
And
knees.
we're definitely going to fight, right?
Unless you want to try to talk your way out of this, Elizabeth and Victor have both decided that this is not the time for talking with
Okay.
these two reprobates.
So what I have capable of that I can do Firebolt, obviously.
Yeah.
I can do Ray of Frost,
Mhm.
and I can do Shocking Grasp.
And unarmed strike.
Where's Unarmed Strike?
It's a thing you can do. Everyone can do it. You
What
punch,
is
you
it?
kick, you hit him with a stool.
Oh, I see.
What are you?
If you so desire, you can attack with an improvised object. But without the gauntlets, it's going to be less effective.
Yeah. I'm not.
Which is the one that incapacitates the bad guy for the next until he takes his turn?
That's
Shocking
Shocking
Grasp.
Grasp.
Yeah.
I thought
So,
I
go
grabbed
for it.
hold of one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add plus 9. I think maybe.
10.
Wait a minute.
It's
10.
10.
Plus 10, yeah.
23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Well, with the 10, it was only a
13, but yeah,
Still, yeah, a 23
And
will
then
hit.
I need to roll.
3d8
Yeah.
lightning damage.
That's this one, I think. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
1, 2 plus 4 is 6, and 7 is 13.
Wow. That hurt him.
And
He's-
he's
and he can't take reactions until the start of your next turn.
so I can back out of the way so somebody else can fight him.
Mhm.
So I just backed out of the way.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is going to turn on the one that Victor kicked in the cojones. And she's going to kick him
Yeah.
in the face and succeed.
Good.
And that will be, let's see, arm strike here. Will be Elizabeth. 5 points of damage.
Alright.
And he is not looking good either.
This is a great
She's
place
going
to
to
be.
hit him again.
Yeah.
Because she can. That's a miss. As he drops to his face below the strike. And that's a hit, as she stomps on his head.
Oh yeah, because it's right
And the final 5 does put him down. He is out of the fight.
there. Alright.
And then the one that you grabbed is going to take a swing at you. No, he's going to attack Victor. Victor's standing right there.
Yeah, that's why I backed out of the way.
Well, let me see here. Oh. Well. That's a hit.
Alright. Oh no,
On Victor,
that's not
because
good.
Victor only has an armor class of 10 right now.
Alright, because he's not wearing anything.
Oh, he's-
Yeah. Well, I'm just sorry.
Sorry, no, you're
Anything
good.
protected.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
So that's 2 points of damage to Victor. Out of 166. He's
I was
not
gonna
bad.
say, did he
So
notice it?
he. Oh no! Wait, he's using a club. I forgot. Hang on.
Oh.
He's cheating.
Yeah, they've
That's
got
not fair.
weapons.
Let's take the club from the sleeping guy. For the down and out guy.
That will be 10 points of damage to Victor.
Oh, that's noticeable.
Noticeable is relative. Then he's going to pull out a dagger and attack as well. With that.
Oh, he gets 2 attacks.
Yes, he does. That is a hit for 8 points of damage. So he cracks Victor across the head and then stabs him. Which, at this point, only serves to irritate him.
I would imagine.
And
Now it's Victor's turn.
now it is Victor's turn. Victor is going to make. Yeah, he's going to make an athletics check to attempt to disarm him.
Yeah.
Contested. Nope. So he's currently wrestling for the club
Yeah.
or the dagger. I'm not sure. Probably wrestling for the dagger, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Because you don't wrestle for a club when a dagger's in play.
Right.
That, and because why not? Victor is going to action surge and try again.
Sweet.
There we go. So he takes the knife away.
Yeah.
So the ruffian now has a club and a sore wrist. And Victor is going to spend one of his superiority dice to attempt to trip him. Which works. So as he rips the knife away, he trips him and knocks him to the ground. He's now prone. Now it is your turn.
It is. So I'm going to flambe the prone bad guy because that's what. Because I don't have any weapons.
Yeah, you could take the club from
I'll take the club from.
Prono.
Oh, can I take? Okay, so I'll take the club from the guy.
Free
who-
action to grab it, and then you can
Alright.
come at him.
Club this guy.
All right. Make a d20 attack with your strength modifier. Regular minus the gauntlets.
Well, I think it's is 2.
Okay. So d20 plus 2.
9 plus 2.
He just barely manages to block.
Shoot.
That brings us to the top of the round. Finnan is finally waking up to the fact that we're fighting. He's like, oh! What? I don't care. He's going to wiggle free of Elizabeth's arm. And... Oh, by the way. Wait. I need to check something really fast. Oh, okay, it's fine. Victor is currently fighting at disadvantage because he still hasn't dumped the woman on the ground.
Okay.
He's got her over his shoulder, so he's still fighting with disadvantage.
Yes.
Elizabeth should have made. She burned a fight spirit point. Who cares? I'm going to retroactively burn a fighting spirit point for her to make it
Make it.
straight because she was fighting with Finnan under
yeah,
her arm.
Yeah, yeah.
So Finnan drops loose and is going to attack. Barehanded. Reeling on his feet. Not really all the way there. Wow, I really freaking hate the fact that he's in this condition right now. Still, that should do it. Yeah, that'll do it. That's a 17 to hit, which scores 0 damage. So he's going to attempt, because he has 0 strength.
Oh, right.
So he is going to attempt to grapple him.
He has 0 strength?
He has 0 strength.
He's with me?
He's got dex out the window, but he's got 0 strength.
This is the little guy.
So he's going to attempt to grapple him.
Still a little guy.
So that's a success.
All right.
So he's going to grapple him.
So the guy is grappled.
He's currently just hanging onto his legs.
Oh, that's great. So that means that Rongear can grab something.
Rongear, you're up.
Is Finnan allowed to let go if I'm going to does shock and grasp affect Finnan if he's grappling?
No.
And I don't see any reason to use like Ray of Frost or anything.
No, he's prone right now, so you would have advantage on shock and grasp, disadvantage
do
on Ray
that.
of Frost.
I'm going to do
All right.
shock and grasp. 16 and 24.
Okay, 24 hits.
6 plus 8 is 14 plus 7.
Nice.
7 is 21.
He's out.
All right.
Whew. So we're now free of our attack.
Yes, the fighting is over. The gnome that you saw earlier is going to come running out and be like, "Oh no! Look, you were never here. They were never here. Nobody knows nothing, right?" And it's just going to like start shoving you out the door, which
Is
for
where we
you
want to
is
go
like
anyway.
sort of normal. For everyone else, it's like they're hitting the back of their knees
Yeah, right.
because they're like a short gnome, so they're like pushing them in the back of their knees, going tap tap tap. And it's going to like let out a short, like, and two very large humans are going to come out and just start dragging the ruffians out. And the guards are just not there when you reach the door. So you make your way out, nobody's around.
So
Can we-
how did these guys get in with weapons?
Are you sticking around to ask
No.
that? Or are you letting yourself get pushed in the knees?
I'm just wondering, you
Well,
know.
no, what I want to do we have any way of like tying up the two guys that we do have unconscious at our feet?
No.
No, they got drug out by the humans.
Yeah.
Right, but we're out also, aren't we?
You guys are being pushed out one door. They're going back into a different chamber
Oh.
and getting dragged out.
That's... Okay,
Hmm.
so out we go.
Yeah.
So we're out and we've got
we have our person.
Yes.
Okay.
You have the contact, who is still
floating.
not really here.
So we probably want to get her someplace that would be considered perhaps by her private enough to talk to us. So do we concur that perhaps a room at an inn where we are would be private enough to talk? Let's
Mhm.
get her back to there
Okay.
and start plying her with the ubiquitous coffee or
So-
something that would bring her back down to earth.
The so you are looking for an inn. Have you gotten rooms
I
yet?
assume we had. Well, no, we probably wouldn't have. We just arrived.
Yeah. So make an investigation check
Yeah.
with advantage if you wanna or not. That's fine.
Oh, do I need to do it?
She can go. I'm a plus 10 on
Sorry,
investigation.
I
No, you're
didn't
good.
do
You
that.
can make separate investigation checks. That's
no,
fine.
because I'm a plus 0. It's
What you got?
13
plus 10, or that was
No,
that?
that was, do you want me to go with second?
Yes, because
And 23.
Okay. 23 will get you the Green Gorgon
Oh.
about a block down the road and around the corner. It's I'd say it's not like a night in Neverkeep, but it's like a little bit better than say the Umberhulk show.
okay. So it's kind of 2 stars.
Yeah, it would probably be 1 second. Where'd my stuff go? Hi. Probably about 2 gold pieces a night.
Okay.
And probably about another 1 for a meal.
So we're probably planning on staying there.
If you'd like to spend a while at the Green Gorgon, you can pay in advance up to a 10-day.
If she, how long is it going to take her to come down?
Oh, that's probably not going to be more than a couple of hours. But if you guys want to, Edra mentioned staying here a while. So if you'd like to make the Grinning Gorgon your base of operations while in Waterdeep, if not, you can find somewhere else. But
Let's take it for tonight / and then see how we do it with this young woman's information, if it takes us far afield or whatever. I don't
Okay.
want to pay for a room I'm not going to be using, but
Mhm.
today definitely.
all right,
So
So it's 2 gold pieces plus a
plus
what?
1 gold piece.
3 gold pieces total if you want to.
Okay. I'm going to definitely want to eat him, really. So we're down to 57.
So they're going to pay up and take the woman up to the rooms. And Elizabeth is going to drop an extra 2 silver for, or that's Finn, sorry. Finn is going to drop an extra 2 silver for some alertness dropped to try and get himself back from the edge. He's like, this is what helps. I didn't do as well as I sometimes do. So, as
So-
you're sitting waiting for her to come down, he explains a little bit about Shazar Karaf, which it's a drug that it grants you clarity of mind or clarity of perception, depending on your makeup of your mind, for a few hours. But you become less connected with reality, so you're a little bit more unsteady. But if you, as you probably put it, the visions can sometimes overpower your will to a degree, is the best way that I can describe it. You know, honestly, the best way would probably be for you to try it. He kind
Very
of
similar
pops
to
out with
that.
4 pipes.
Well, of course, Finnan.
And the
There you go.
included stuff, and he's like, "You paid for it."
You're
I
right.
was
That we
thinking
did.
that it
That
could
we
be
Even at disadvantage, he's
it
got
is
his
good.
wicked sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
right.
we could also use that as a bribe for her.
It's not addictive, so it's not like, and
it's
2
addictive.
silver pieces is quite reasonable. So it's not like, yes, you could, but she probably wouldn't see it as an effective bribe.
Okay. I wasn't.
So are we all going if we.
We don't have to do it now.
I was gonna say,
No,
at some
I'm
point in time,
I'm
if
not
we try
interested
it,
right now.
will we receive vision / whatever, or
You'll
will we-
receive what happens.
Okay, all right.
Depending on what happens,
Okay.
you'll see what happens. It's really I don't want to like spoil it with
Right.
narrative
Right.
and with mechanical explanation.
That's fine.
But the narrative is
There will be something forthcoming when
vague.
we imbibe.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So after probably about another hour and a half or so, she finally comes around and is like, "Oh, that was lovely. Oh, what was happening before about this night? Oh, I remember you. You were a lot taller." And then she kind of turns and goes, "I know you." She's looking at Finn and he just goes, "Nope." And walks out of the room. And
What is her race? She's human?
human. And it's clear that he knows her and does not want her to know him.
Right.
And does not want to be recognized.
Right.
So I remember something. You wanted to talk to me about Airaon,
Yes.
and then I was flying,
Yes, you were.
and you kicked someone.
Yes.
Kicked a Batman,
Yes.
didn't you? Elizabeth's like, yes, I did. So, to business. And she seems a lot more alert and aware
Oh,
now.
good.
You want to speak with Airaon?
Yes.
Right. I know where he is.
Awesome.
Obviously, I don't do anything for free, but I tell you what. I'll lead you to Airaon myself, put in a good word for you at the door, and in return you owe me one favor.
One favor.
Mm.
The group or me individually?
All of you who want to go.
Fair.
Anyone who wants to go can owe me a favor in the future. At some point, at some time, I'll ask you. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Not sure what you missed there, but quick recap. Got out of the Somberlas Dream Hall. They did not appreciate having a scrum going on there, so they dragged them out and shooed us out. We got back to the party has found a tavern, the Grinning Gorgon. They have sobered up the contact, whose name is Corinne, and Corinne has extracted a favor from everyone in exchange for the location of Airaon the spymaster, and has led them on a merry trip through a labyrinth of back passages and facilities and buildings and establishments with an understanding with Corinne, or the person whose power she wields with a word unknown. And finally, you are at a very nondescript looking door at the head of a very nondescript looking alleyway on a very nondescript looking street. You are brought to the door. Corinne knocks, and then knocks again.
What was the pattern here?
2 knocks, and then a space.
Single, two.
Just rap, and then rap, and then a voice inside says something. Do any of you speak? What is it? Nope. I don't think any of you speak Thieves' Cant.
Yes, Finnan does.
Okay, then it understands it. But he, in an undertone, he translates it to something in the neighborhood of "go away." And then
Is he kind of lurking in the background?
no, he comes back.
Okay.
And
I was just wondering if he has actually agreed to the terms.
he did. She wouldn't take him.
Understood. She said you go.
She's looking at him sideways, and he's trying to like hide his face, but he agrees.
Okay.
So sorry. So then She knocks one more time, just 2 standard grabs, and then a small, like, hatch opens in the door, and just a pair of eyes appear. Corinne appears to put something through, and she puts her hand through the hatch, holding something. And then a moment later, the hatch closes and the door opens to reveal a hooded figure of indeterminate race who silently waves you inside. Corinne takes you down a set of stairs to a door on the right, and then from there, there's a long hallway and a series of almost like booths with curtains across them, kind of like a confessional almost,
Interesting.
and directs you to each sit in one.
So these are, like, a confessional is not in the alcove of the wall. They're pieces of furniture that are exterior to the wall, or not part of the wall, or sort of
It's
a hybrid of that.
it's like a hybrid.
Okay.
There are walls that are fixed to the back wall.
Okay.
But instead of the confessional layout where it's like the piercings are in the sides,
Right.
there's a door on the front, and there's piercings in the front,
Okay.
like a mesh grill.
Yep.
So Corinne directs you to each sit in one and wait,
Are we consecutively seated?
if you want to.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah. So probably 5 minutes pass, maybe 10, and then you kind of see a blurry figure through the piercework appear in front of your door, and a low voice enters. So, you wish to speak with Airaon. What is it you desire of him?
We have been requested to see what we can do to locate the crypt keeper of Cairdal's treasure vault, who has apparently gone astray, missing, perhaps, and we have been told that the spymaster Airaon, who is, we have been told, an honorable individual, would perhaps be able to give us information to assist us in locating and perhaps, if it is necessary, rescuing the crypt keeper.
So, the crypt keeper of Cairdal has gone astray, and you seek information.
Precisely.
Intriguing. What would you do for information?
We would be interested to hear what would be beneficial to Airaon, that would serve Airaon to a commensurate level of the information that would be provided. We have had adventures and have worked as a team for some time, and would be certainly open to providing a service in return for the information.
And the rest of you are in accord with this assessment of your abilities?
We as a team have renown.
Indeed. Perhaps I have heard of you.
And how might that have been?
Knowledge is a currency to be traded, bartered, for services rendered.
You might have heard from a number of different cities that we have helped with various tasks.
Is that so?
It is so.
You have not yet answered the question, however. What is it that you would do for knowledge of the Crypt Keeper?
Insofar as something would be legal, insofar as something would not be dangerous to the Crypt Keeper, we would, as I said, be open to listening to what service might be commensurate with what you perceive the level of information that you have, and given the various tasks which we have completed in the past, I believe, I speak for all of us, we would be
Indebted.
interested to find out what you would consider a service.
There's a long run of sounds. You can just see him just kind of pacing back and forth in front of the little cubbies. And then he kind of stops. And he turns to you and goes, "Very well. But services must be rendered first. You see, as I have said, knowledge is power, and a currency to be bartered. Unfortunately, my bank vault has been defiled by a jealous rival. The chambers of my establishment are overrun with vermin of a particularly troublesome nature. And for the knowledge that you seek, I would account a fair trade to have them cleared and rid of my establishment.
Cleared and rid from your terms would
Mortally.
be more. That is what we're trying to clarify.
Yes.
I would let my companions also speak, but unless, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would imagine that that would be a service that we would be willing to undertake, unless anyone gainsays me at this point in time.
Nope. Very well. Our bargain is struck. You shall receive information that you seek at Craftsman's Rest on the morrow, once you complete your task.
And where are your quarters?
Yes,
Corinne will direct you to them.
and she will take us to back through the way we came, I presume.
Of course. Of course. He kind of leaves, and then Corinne comes back in, and you hear something that you may have missed the first time as you were first coming in, which is the click of a lock as she unlocks the cubbies that you were in. And you can see her putting them in a keyring. She kind of catches your glance and goes, "Apologies, but the anonymity of Airaon is paramount, and supplicants who seek his favor are occasionally not unmingled with the jealous and the paid who would seek to capture or remove him from the board. Therefore, precaution."
Well understood.
Very well. His chambers are down this hallway. They are partially underground, Here is a map of the chambers. And she hands you a small piece of paper.
So, where are we at the
You're coming
moment?
out of that chamber on to the left there. Coming out there and down that hall.
So,
So we have,
white and those little black things are doors.
Correct.
White is set of interlocking or interconnecting the chambers. to-
Correct.
17?
Okay.
Well, we can't go left until we go straight.
I think this may be one time where left may not work.
Oh.
I've looked over the map a couple of times and I don't know
There's,
if going left every time will get you everywhere you want to go. Or even
No,
be
we would be in a circle on the first thing if we did that.
correct.
We would have to do one, we would have to do right after the second row.
Yes. Why do you think I chose this one?
What's that?
I said, why do you think I chose this map?
So we can go this way, and then this way.
we can't, but we just missed several of them in the process.
No, I went here, and then.
All right.
All right.
So
So-
we have to, yeah.
As you ponder that, you notice that the door is of wooden construction and relatively sturdy. As Corinne turns to leave, she kind of looks over her shoulder and goes, "One note, I would ask that you not burn the chambers to the ground if you would be so kind. There is little point to their being cleared if they are simply going to be destroyed."
Yes, of course.
How much fun
If I can see the map again really fast, just for my own personal references. The hallway, for reference, is about 10 feet wide.
Okay.
can we?
As in the hall, the narrow
It's
hall. you
two
enter down
blocks,
is about,
2 blocks wide.
about. So you can
And
use
there's
that.
stairs in it, or no?
It's a series of descending stairways in the hallway.
Yeah.
So walk along. Walk along.
So, but mostly the reason I'm telling you it's 10 feet wide is so you can use that to extrapolate room sizes approximations.
Ah, there you go.
So we're talking 30,
30-ish in most of them.
probably 35 is what I'm
Probably
saying.
between 40 by 40-ish per room.
Okay.
30 or 40.
Okay.
I guess 35 is what I came up with, so 30 or 40.
Yeah.
Between 30 and 40 by about 20 to 40, depending on the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're walking in? What's the marching order?
No, marching order.
Marching
Oh,
order,
Our typical
keep our-
marching order is the
Our typical
terrible trio.
marching order.
Yeah.
I'm
Terrible
at the
trio
end,
first.
so I've got your back.
I come in
Okay.
after them. Get in and
One
out kind of in
second,
the
though,
middle.
to try and get this dealt with, because
And I've got to figure out what non-flaming I'm going to use.
Yeah,
unfortunately a lot of this is winging it, so I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me a little bit.
that is fine.
Okay. Here we go. Come on, internet.
That's not how you spell this.
Airaon. Okay, sorry. trying to build an encounter on the fly here.
That's fine.
And D&D Beyond is new to me. In regards to building an encounter, unfortunately. Why are there so many things?
That'll do.
Okay.
Shut
Shit's
it
gonna be
this
here.
way.
It's off with filters, right? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Do it. Okay. Inside, you find
Inside
Let's see.
the first room or the hallway?
first chamber. You discover. Okay. Is right. Swarm of. You see a just crawling carpet of rats.
Charming.
I can't find it here because it's stupid. There's no easy function into it. Go this the old-fashioned way. Alright. Sorry about this, guys. This has not been the way that I wanted to run this encounter.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving us some time,
Yeah,
which is not a
thanks.
bad thing.
Yes, it is. Here we go. Bother. I hate when this happens. Alright. 19 and 8. Where do my guys go? Oh. Oh. So. 19, 8. Victor's at 19 as well. Finnan's at 7. And Elizabeth's at 1.
That happens from
She
time to
is
time.
not really quick on the draw here because of the fact that she's just looking at what appears to be a living carpet of rats on the floor.
Yeah, that is revolting.
Don't have anything that spreads out. That isn't going to burn something.
Yeah.
Do we have any way to control water?
No.
Okay.
So Victor's up first, and he's just going to wade in and start swinging.
A carpet is how many?
A lot.
Well, I know, but we're going to be killing them one at a time, right?
Relativistically speaking.
I'm trying, yeah.
It looks to be several swarms of them, which you kind of kill them in batches.
So they will be packed into one 5-foot square.
More than, yes.
Okay, because that was what I was thinking.
You're not going to have. I know this is not. This is. There's like. You can sort of see 1 or 2 giant rats potentially at the back of the room, but the majority of them are normal sized, swarming all over the floor. Speaking of which, reminding me.
I didn't mean to remind you.
I know. To hit and 8 points of damage to the first swarm. Looks to be about 3 giant rats around near the back of the room.
And they take up a full 5-foot square themselves?
They do.
Okay.
Again, we're not dealing with exactitudes of squares here because of the way the maps are constructed,
Sure.
but
No, I'm just trying to
it's an
basically
approximation.
figure out how many beings I can hit with what thing.
yeah. I said 8 points of damage to the first one.
Dude,
Really roughed him up.
good.
He's like swiping the sword through the mass,
Sure.
and is leaving behind just a trail of
Messed up buttons.
maimed and disemboweled and dead rats.
Good, good.
And he swings again. And he hits on a 14. for 9 points of damage.
Ooh, nice.
He is clearing shop on these rats.
Good job.
18 does hit for 11. About
11.
a third of the small rats are gone.
A third of the total?
Small rats. The
Yeah.
swarming rats are gone.
Okay, that's what I was, okay.
So basically we've got 3 swarms and 1 swarm is sort of gone. Okay, cool.
So 1/3 of the swarms.
Yes.
All right.
Then
How much
Edra,
damage was
you're
that?
up.
20, 21, 24. Okay, so I am going to aim at the giant rat,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
But not at a huge high level.
So level 2.
Yeah.
Because you do have the knowledge that you are, excuse me, dealing with a lot of rooms here because you have access
Exactly,
to the
exactly. But once I cast it, it will come with me.
Yes,
So
for a
I,
minute.
Hmm?
For a minute.
right, but
A minute's a lot of rounds.
it's 2 rooms probably.
Yeah. Oh yay.
If I cast it, do I have to expend one of the rounds of it if I don't do anything, or does it automatically run itself out? Each round does it tick down, or only
6
if I cast
seconds.
it?
If you cast it, yeah.
I mean, excuse me, only if I attack with it.
No, it counts.
It counts. Okay, then I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna do flambe.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Does her flambe catch wood on fire?
No.
Do any of my flambes or fire things not catch wood on fire? I was just wondering about the cantrip, firebolt or whatever it is.
What does the cantrip say? Does it say if it catches anything else on fire?
I'm not sure that it gives me that kind of.
sometimes they do.
That's why I said I'm not sure. On a hit, takes 1d10 fire damage. Flame of object hit by the spell ignites.
So that would be if you miss, then you would
Mhm.
roll a d20 to see if you hit something flammable.
Mm-hmm.
On an 11 up, you hit something flammable.
Yeah, I think I've got to avoid doing fire that's going to do that. I don't want to have him say, well, fine, you got rid of everybody, but you didn't leave me much of my chambers left.
Or you did fire damage, and that wasn't part of our bargain, or something
Yeah,
like that.
That's
yeah.
fair.
I've got other things I
So
can use.
I'm gonna flambe giant rat number 1.
Okay. We've got a 20 save now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry.
Do not want to use that.
It hits.
Whoops, and it disappeared. 5 plus. Ugh, 6. 8 total damage.
Okay.
And that's everything I can do, right?
Giant rat
Giant
is
rat.
incinerated.
Oh! I'm glad I didn't cast the spiritual weapon. That would have been serious overkill. Okay, 1 down.
You could have used
The rats
it
are
on a
going to
different
attack.
rat.
Pardon me?
Had you used spiritual weapon on that, you would have then had the second attack would have been to a different being.
But I would have had my spiritual weapon ticking down
Yeah.
every round, and I don't think I want to do it on rats. I didn't. I didn't think
Oh, come now. That'd be funny.
Mind?
They're going to attempt to swarm and bite. Victor. Oh boy. They're going to swarm at him just like chittering all over him. But they can't seem to get through his armor.
Oh, good.
They're just like... Okay. That's there. And... rats. Where were we?
Giant rat was attacking, or had attacked a Victor.
Swarm rats had just attacked
Or small
Victor.
rats, excuse me.
And...
Did they do any damage to him?
oh, no, you're chewing on them, but they can't do anything to them.
Because it was chainmail.
Because there's plate armor and so forth. And the two giant rats are going to converge on Lisbeth. That's a hit on Lisbeth. For 6 points of damage to Lisbeth.
What's their weapon?
They're chewing on her. And that's a miss for the second one. So the first one jumps at her, bites her in the leg. As she twists to deal with that one, the other one kind of tries to get at her, but only gets him off with chainmail. And no, before you ask, it does not damage its bite. I knew you were going to go there. Right. Rongir, you're up.
Victor's not?
Victor went for you.
Rongir right before Elizabeth, because...
You should not have.
He
It was
was
Victor.
engaged.
Well, Elizabeth's getting attacked, not...
Oh, attack!
Attacking.
That's right, sorry.
She's getting chewed on.
Right,
So
right.
now it's Rongir's turn.
Yeah, who was who had 9? Was that Victor?
9 what?
Points for the.
Victor had 18.
Oh, okay. Somebody had 9.
Elizabeth just took 6 points of damage, but...
No, not damage.
Initiative roll?
Initiative roll.
No.
Finn. No.
No, he had 7. He was Elizabeth 1, Victor 19, Fan 7, Edgar 19.
Okay, he's
Rongir
after
8.
me. Okay. So I'm gonna do Ray of Frost.
Alright. At what?
It's a cantrip.
At what?
Oh,
What?
we've only got. We've got the one more or 2 more swarms.
1 or 2.
I'm gonna take one of the swarms. And
Will it spread amongst a whole bunch of critters?
It will theoretically hit a couple of them, but not like in a... This isn't an individual HP, this is a swarm HP. So
Okay,
you're going
okay.
to
Okay.
knock off swarm HP.
Gotcha.
And so I've got to roll a 20 to see whether or not 14.
Plus 10
Okay.
will hit.
Huh?
24 will hit.
Okay. And then it's. I think it's the same as
3d8
Yeah.
cold damage.
1, 4, and 7 is 11.
Alright.
The last one at least redeemed me a little bit.
They're looking off.
That's good to know.
As in, there are a lot fewer rats running around the ground. They've just kind of been frozen to death.
Good. See little legs sticking up in the air.
Pretty much. They look like they got caught out in like a hyper chill
Yeah,
very, very quickly and froze to death
cool.
in about a couple of seconds.
Awesome.
Seth, reasonably, I was very merciful for them.
That brings us to the Finn. He's going to attack the giant rat that is currently chewing on Lisbeth's leg. And
Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
that's okay. And 2 for 2. Still hits for 25 will hit, and that's 8 points of damage to the giant. Raptors coming straight on Elizabeth. It is. Oh, no, no, no.
She's right there. He's putting out the sack.
Trying to find where I put the stack. Ah, bills. That's. Oh.
This is what's called overkill.
It's okay. It doesn't cost him a thing.
31 points of damage.
Whoa!
With his upgraded sneak attack.
Oh yeah. Does that hurt the giant rat?
The giant rat is dead. The giant rat is very
Would you say hurt is, well, it doesn't hurt
Not
anymore.
anymore, that's right.
The giant rat is done. Very dead. So,
And Elizabeth says thank you.
and
It's now Elizabeth.
he is going to
Oh.
actually make a bonus action attack with his scimitar speed. Yes. At other rat.
Oh, did we have 3 big ones?
Two. Well, 3 total. 1 got smoked already.
Yeah.
And then 2 were chewing on Elizabeth.
Oh, 2 were chewing on it.
Yes.
Okay.
We just didn't do any damage. Yet.
I'll take it. 25. With a natural 20.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just swell. That's 15 points of damage.
Yay.
And it is very dead.
Yay.
So he slashes down with 1, and it is an absolutely crippling hit. And the backswing also decapitates the rat.
Yes. Yes, yes,
And now Elizabeth is going to turn around and swing at the swarm. It's currently menacing Victor. Yes, menacing him. 19 will hit for 7 points of damage.
yes. Okay. Is this the same one that had been wounded before?
Second attack. 21 is 6 points of damage, and the swarm is eradicated.
Yay.
So have we got a 3rd one, or is that it?
Yes. There's about a third of the original rats left. Okay, go get it, guys. She's going to take her final swing. Oh. That's a problem. What's even worse than a problem? She steps on a frozen rat carcass and slips and overbalances and falls prone. She is ever going to use half of her movement, since she didn't move to get at the rats. Or correction, she didn't move more than half her movement at this point
Yeah.
to get at them, to get back up again.
Yes, good, okay.
She's gonna take her movement.
Didn't want to have a swarm of rats if I were lying prone.
And that brings us to Victor again. I don't anticipate a lot of these encounters being super deadly. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
There's just gonna be a lot of them.
Well, yes, it's a lot to
There's
take.
16 rooms, or 17 rooms. Or something.
17 rooms, yeah.
There's 17 chambers, and each of them has something
Something.
behind door number 3.
Oh, great. Well, we'll pick door number 1 then.
27 will hit for 9 points of damage.
Yay.
Second attack. 18 will hit for another 10 points of damage. Final attack. 16 will hit for 13 points of damage, and the swarm is dead.
All right.
We are done with this room.
You've cleared this room. You can,
Can you mark it off on the map, or would you rather
I mean,
not mark
yes,
the
you
map?
can, because I can probably find it again
Okay.
if we need it.
Well, mark it lightly in pencil just so we know where we've been.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
So
Just
I
kind
need
of
to
tick
do
it off
this.
gently.
And
And
we don't want to tick off the room. That would be a mistake.
As long as you guys can tell if that's a ticked off room,
There you
a
go.
checked off room,
Yes.
Chekhov's room. This just keeps getting better and better.
Bad to worse. Yes.
I
know.
Are we Star Wars or author?
Actually, just a sausage joke about the case.
Versed.
Well, yeah, playing off of your versed
Yes.
remark, not obscene, just maybe stretching
We're
remark.
going to go to this one next.
Okay. I'll leave the comment music on because behind that door.
Oh, incidentally, my guess is that since we're clearing this for someone, we are not interested in looking for treasure.
You are welcome to make an investigation check if you so desire. However, there is a 50-50 chance that you're going to find something that is useless or something that is not quite so useless.
Right, but it's not ours. We're clearing
And it's
his
not.
chambers.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is it's not ours.
Yeah.
Again, we wanted information from him. Taking some of his belongings is not a way to garner.
Friends
Yeah.
and influence people.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, there may have been, you mentioned vermin, but there was also a hint that there was some more sentient intelligences behind it that may have left something behind.
Oh.
And that, or that may have, if he notices and asks for it,
If he notices that we've taken it.
or you have it in your hands.
Yeah, but if we leave it there, that's.
It's 50-50, your call.
Yeah. Well,
Well-
if you want to look, that's fine.
I'm going to look around the room, but I'm not necessarily going to take anything.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Rat bodies everywhere.
You see a wand in the corner, under a rat. Wand that has a face with a finger held to its lips, and inscribed in it, on it, in Draconic, are the words "Silence."
I think we leave it. That's probably. Do you agree or no? You want to take it and give it to
I
him?
don't
or-
care, honestly, but
Yeah.
if you want it, feel free to take it.
Okay. I'm not sure what.
Honestly, at this point, I'm just gonna let you guys in on a little secret. These chambers, not let you in, but he tells you beforehand that the chambers that you're dealing with are where he are not necessarily going to. Anything that you find is not going to be something that is in his personal belongings that will
okay.
be like,
Okay.
don't touch that.
Okay.
I'm going to take a wands or something I always like to have. And
Alright.
Sometimes when you use them, you wish you hadn't.
Yes, and that's what's funny. That's why I'm telling you guys.
50-50.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna write down that you have a wand of silence, or do you want me to write that down someplace?
Write it down. I've got to completely redo everything because I've got
Next.
so much half erased stuff.
Have the next room is. Which one are we looking at? Okay. Yes.
We're
There's
going to the right,
a
sort of.
haze of smoke in the air, and as you enter, it seems to coalesce into these revolting winged creatures.
Which page?
Right page, left creature.
Vulcan.
Yes. And we roll for initiative.
12.
18. My goodness.
It doesn't really make, I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm up in the lead now because I can't do anything major.
With fire, right? Mage,
Wow, that was bad. That was really bad.
What was really big?
Finn and Victor's initiative rolls. So it's Lisbeth, Edra, Rongir, Victor, and Finn at 8.
Elizabeth, Edna, Rondir, Victor, and Finn.
So
Okay.
Finn rolled on the dice a 3. Lisbeth rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
A natural what?
20. Victor rolled a 6, which put him at a 9.
Yeah. Ouch.
I was beyond that.
And then Rongir is at 12 and Edra is at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Before you can collect yourselves and come to battle formation, you are swarmed by these creatures as they do things that I don't remember what they can do, so I have to keep pulling this book out again. There. Like, but, okay. Yeah, I'll say your range. One of them is going to inhale and then exhale in a 15-foot cone of burning, smoldering ash. I need everyone in a 15-foot cone approximating the doorway's region to make a dexterity saving throw. Eight?
17.
Okay.
But I don't have to add anything to
Okay.
that.
Rongir, you are blinded
Ooh.
until the end of the creature's next turn. Meaning, you cannot see and automatically fail any ability to check the course sight. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. So as you look into the room, you see this cloud of smoldering ash flying into your face, and all of a sudden you can't see. So,
I know the general directions, so if I do a ray of frost,
it'll still be a disadvantage.
it'll be a disadvantage, but it doesn't mean I can't hit.
Correct. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw. And the rest of them do the same thing.
12.
The rest of what?
These creatures in the room.
So they're going to go at me as well?
No, you're already blinded. You don't.
Well, I didn't know if they had something else.
It's just a blinded condition on a dex fail.
12.
Okay. Succeed.
Oh, good.
Go again.
19.
Okay. You good?
How many times have I used?
2 more times.
17. And 12 again.
Okay. You're good.
I hate
Who else
rolling
is
like
good?
Finnan.
that. Is
The
there-
only other one?
What was my bottom number?
We can't tell.
Oh, I guess if I do it again. Sorry. I was just trying to see.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's their turn.
So they can play first.
Yes.
What are these darling charmings called?
Make a nature check at disadvantage.
Natural 20. I don't think I have
You're
it.
not sure.
Yeah.
You can't recall hearing hearing about these things before.
Yeah, 'cause I got a +0 on my nature.
Now Elizabeth is going to make 3 attacks at disadvantage. Here's 20. That's even worse. Yep, I'm gonna roll that. Which is fine. She whiffed the throw, and she got a natural 1, so I rolled on the crit fail table, and she got flying dirt, which blinds you until your next turn. Something like that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of unnecessary.
It's 1. That wouldn't hurt.
Is she nat 1 again?
She nat 1, and then for her crit fail table roll, she rolled a natural 20.
What does that give her?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
dear.
happens. It's a 1 to 5.
Okay.
On the crit fail table, does things.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay, so
nothing
that's not so
happened, but
bad.
she wasted a natural 20.
Yeah, well, yes.
She still misses. And she is just blindly slashing around and manages to clip one of them for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And that brings us to Rangu. No, Edra.
Oh, it
Edra.
can't be
Edra.
me.
Okay, so I'm going to flambe this baby.
Alright.
Oh,
That is a success, right?
8. 8. Cool. 1. Okay, well, that was nice. So
16.
17.
17 points of damage. It is dead.
Oh, is that
So
the,
a lance of
cool?
radiance comes searing down and incinerates one of them.
Cool.
If it's the one that got us, does it? Okay, I was just hoping.
You're blinded by ash, not
Yeah,
by
I
its.
bet, you know.
It's not maintaining any kind of concentration.
If it's worth a try.
Ronger, you're up.
I'm going to try and use frost.
Okay. Disadvantage attack roll.
12 and, which is 22, isn't it?
Yes.
And 15.
So 22 will hit.
And now I need to find.
Your D8s.
It was here, so it's moved.
Right there. At the end. That one.
Yep.
H.
Okay.
7 is 15. And 4 is 19.
It's looking rough.
No, I want it dead.
And Victor is going to attempt to attack at the disadvantage in this.
You killed it with 17?
No, 17 plus 8.
Oh, I don't get any pluses on mine.
No, the 8 was from before. There's
Oh, okay.
14 will hit
Yes.
for 12 points of damage and wipes out the one with a blind swing.
Cool. Love it. I love it.
Still swinging blind. He's going to swing 2 more times at blind. A 20 will hit for 6 points of damage.
Cool.
And his final attack, really well, because he got a natural 20 on his disadvantage roll. Another 20 will hit for 8 points of damage. It's looking rough.
That's good. That's alright.
And there are what, 3 left?
4.
4.
Well, you don't know because
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're
I was just
blinded.
counting.
Hey,
yeah, I was just counting.
Edra, how
attacks.
many are there?
Finnan, unblinded, is going to. I don't think that blinded counts as incapacitated because it specifies that it has to be a non-incapacitated ally within 5 feet for a sneak attack. So.
But obviously they've been hitting and damaging.
Yeah, if I was able
Oh,
to
yeah.
hit somebody, then
If another enemy of the target has been 5 feet or that enemy is incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. Yeah. So he's not blinded, so he doesn't have disadvantage. And there's a non-incapacitated enemy of the creature within
okay.
5 feet.
Okay.
The
Right,
incapacitated condition
Is
is
of the
specifically
enemies.
listed as incapacitated on the conditions list, as opposed to blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, grappled, invisible, paralyzed, etc.
Right.
The incapacitated is a condition, so I'm
It's
going to
one
roll with
specific
the
one.
fact that that is an incapacitated condition necessity to negate the lack of need for advantage on a sneak attack.
yeah.
Meaning, Finnan is going to flank one of the non-injured creatures with a blinded Lisbeth, who is
Yeah.
nonetheless swinging around quite wildly, and therefore is threatening this creature, distracting it slightly. It has to kind of do the thing like the bat and the baseball bat in your room before you have the tennis racket out.
Yes.
And he's going to attempt to attack at advantage, which even if Elizabeth was incapacitated wouldn't matter anymore, because he has advantage,
Right.
because it's between them. So. And it turns out he doesn't need it. 18. Time to say it.
Yeah, it's dead. Good.
So he smashes out with his scimitar at the creature and absolutely wipes it out.
Wow. Sweet.
And then he's going to make a bonus action attack
All
with
right.
the scimitar speed.
Yes.
Because he's not fighting for his life, so he doesn't need to take a dodge. Right, so he doesn't need to take a disengage dash or hide action to run away from this thing.
Right.
Or hide from this thing. Or anything like that. So he absolutely obliterates one of them. And then for a bonus action with the scimitar speed, he's going to attack. 24 will hit. For 5 points of damage.
Is that on the wounded one?
6 points of damage. On the wounded one, which wipes it out.
All right.
And there were 2.
And
And Elizabeth is going to attack at disadvantage.
then, can I, did the timer go off?
Yes, we're going to finish this encounter because there's 2 of them
Okay.
left and then we're going to be done.
Okay.
21 hits
Yes.
for 15 points of damage.
Oh, I love it.
That hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 will hit. And another 13 points of damage, which wipes it out with a blind swing.
She's amazing.
They're fighting blind and they're still doing
Yeah, that's
wreck
right.
damage. Final attack at disadvantage. 25 will hit for 11 points of damage.
Wow.
It's looking bad.
That's good.
And it I'm going to see if it gets its Cinder Breath back. No, it does not. So it is going to attack Elizabeth at advantage. Attempt to claw her.
Why? Oh, because she's blind.
Blind.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It's next. It's after its next turn, or
End of its next turn.
okay. So after this one.
At the end of this turn, everyone is no longer blinded.
That's. I was just trying to make sure of that.
Yeah. That'll hit at 22. It's a whole lot. 3 points of damage to Elizabeth.
Let's put with 17, 16 more, 15 more runs or something like that.
Yeah. And very chance of even a short rest at this point because we gotta move.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bring us to the end of its turn, and everyone is no longer blank.
Good.
You managed to clear the ash and burning the cinders from your eyes just in time for Edra to wreck the shop.
Lambe.
That is a fail on its part.
Hi.
So funny. It's a bald spot on the tip of his chin.
Yes,
I
he
can
does.
hardly tell whether it's his tongue. If I'm looking casually, I can't tell if it's his tongue or his chin.
Yeah. 13 total.
13 will kill it.
Yay.
So as the last of these creatures falls, you stand there, panting, bloodied, ash-streaked, smoky, and Victor looks over at Elizabeth and goes, "I always liked your smoky eyes." Elizabeth swats him, and we are going to call it an end of the session. Everyone watching, I appreciate you coming along with us on this wild ride. If you liked what you saw, best way to support the channel is to go over to Nightwalker's Bazaar at my Printify shop and pick up some merch. I'll be posting a poll sometime soon, hopefully before the end of the month, to see what you guys think and updating the old poll. And if you'd like to help the channel grow, the best way to do that is leave a like, drop a comment, share it on social media, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on post notifications if you haven't done that, tell your friends about it so they can come see what you've been doing, and as always, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.